3.
Yeah, I should have probably bought a drink with me or something. But
Go get a drink, brother.
no, it's like ages away. And the maid's downstairs anyway, and she's a bit scary, so I'll stay away.
Welcome, everybody. It's the SEO show. I'm Frank. That's Byron. And the guy with the headphones on is Charles, the god of SEO. Welcome, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
I am great, except for this fucking squeaky ass chair. And I even have my white lithium grease that isn't doing shit. So CRC, you suck.
You're not a sponsor anymore.
Yeah, no, you're off the show, fuckers. But we do have our Walmart pop, so they're still a sponsor. So, not really, Charles. We have no sponsors. I just always throw out product names or names of big people, so that hopefully YouTube gives us some SEO love. You know.
I have some Pringles over there on the shelf.
Oh, nice.
Hey, I'll take Pringles money all day long. So, listen, the main reason for this show is usually Fridays is just the bullshit. We want to do like a Q&A session, but nobody ever shows up because they don't want to go on camera. So, last minute, I'm reading about this Cloud PBN launch that has been taking up everybody's week. Huge launch, big money. Wyatt, Mario, Becker, all those guys. And there was this guy who did this review who said, it sucks. Stay away from it. There's a lot of problems with it. And I told you guys on Wednesday that I did not buy it. I did not promote it. I didn't know things about it. But I had some questions about footprints and shit that was going on. And I said, you know, be careful. Byron and I spoke about it for probably an hour.
Yeah.
And you know, then I get this message from Byron on Skype, and he says, check out this article. And I went, okay, shit. And he goes, 10 minutes later, he's like, dude, read the comments. So I'm like, fine, I'll read the damn thing in a minute. He's like, no, really, read it now. So I went over and I read it, and I went, holy shit, this dude is like going after the biggest launch this week, maybe this year, and talking about this product that's supposed to create the largest private blog network that you could ever imagine, and you can have 100 sites, you can do all this shit, and he goes, listen, it sucks, stay away from it. And then his post is going everywhere, and then people are like, hey, on Facebook, in this blog stuff, on these pages, they're talking about it, and as they're talking about it, they're getting kicked out of these groups.
Yeah.
Talk about fucking censorship. I mean, you know, if you got a question, ask a question, but ask a question and be kicked out of a group because you're trying to get an answer or you want a security question. Most of these fucking people who are buying it are trying to build a business, so being kicked out of a group because you say, hey, this guy said this is happening, is it true? Instead of just saying yes or no, or hey, we're working on it, or, you know, shit, we programmed it but didn't think about that, they're just saying get the fuck out and F off. And then this guy, not only did he do the articles, but then he emails me, not like personally and said, hey, Frank, you're really great, I'd love to, you know, hang out with you, but he proved the power that he has by getting a lot of people's names off of different groups and saying, hey, I'm going to show you that I am the god of SEO and hacking your shit, and why don't you come hang with me over on this group, because I'm not going to censor your ass and we can actually talk about stuff that sucks in an open forum. And I went, well, shit, I got to talk to him. So I sent him an email. I invited him, and that's Charles. And Charles, you got some balls, brother.
I've heard that a lot today, actually, yeah.
Tell us why you are the god of SEO.
Okay, so it's I started SEO. I'm 18 at the moment, so I started SEO when I was 12, so 6 years ago now, and a lot of my about me stuff will say 5, but it's actually 6 years now. I got into it generally through gaming, and myself and another guy called Todd Foster, who also runs a number of projects with me. got into building this RuneScape server. It was a private RuneScape server for RuneScape Classic, and within launching it, after 3 months of doing some like SEO Nuke on it and some blog notes and stuff, we went from 10,000 page views a week to 15 million page views a week on this one site. And I,
shit.
yeah, and I was like 12 at this time, so I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. And we were like banking $2,500 a day on AdSense from this site. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to go to school for the next 2 weeks, basically. So I didn't end up going to school, and I had an attendance record of about 17%, which is actually kind of illegal in the UK, but luckily we got around that one. So yeah, and then it kind of developed. I sat down and I stopped doing SEO for a bit until I was about 15, and then I was at school one day when I was actually going to school. I was like, this is really boring. Like, I don't want to be, a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, but I still want to earn really good money. So I messaged Todd up again and started talking to him again. So we really launched a load of products, a load of AdSense microsites, and we're doing, each site was doing $20 a day, but we had a network of 1,000 sites, so it was actually rinsing AdSense. And we built up all these things, and then as soon as I kind of finished school, my mum really wanted me to go to college, which was like what everyone was doing. Everyone was going to college and stuff. I went to college for 6 weeks, and they tried to teach me to build a website in PowerPoint. And at that point, I was like, Mum, I'm not going to college anymore. So I literally just got to college and 6 weeks later, applied for a load of jobs at SEO agencies, went through interviews, got asked to go to all of them, asked which one would pay me the most money, went to the one which paid me the most money, and then developed my skills from there. 3 months down the line, I met Matthew Barbie, who's a SEO, which is just after I started my blog, back in June, last year in June, so my blog. A few months after I started that, I met a guy called Matthew Barbie, who's a really good white hat SEO, and he posted a blog post on Moz, which I really liked. I met up with him because he lives literally 15 minutes around the corner from me. He asked me to come work for the agency that he works at, so I went there, and they doubled my salary of what I was on previously. 3 months down the line, after that career, I was like, wow, my blog's making some serious fucking money. Like, I'm making more off my blog than I am off working at an agency for 10 hours a day for 5 days a week. I just and at that point, I had some really big family issues with like family dying and having to go to Cyprus and stuff. So I kind of went to the CEO of the company and said, look, I want to go to Cyprus for 2 weeks, but I don't have any holiday. My family stuff, and I really am not enjoying this job. So eventually, he just basically said, okay, well, I don't think you're really cut out for this job anyway because you're too much of a free spirit, and that was his exact words. So 2 weeks after I'd been on holiday in Cyprus, I started the God of SEO blog, guest posted on Matthew Woodward's blog, which I've now guest posted on 3 times. I've got one coming up very soon. I guest posted all over the place, got featured on Vipe Chill, got featured on jking.com, got featured bloody everywhere like when I started out. And then I launched my Godlike marketing agency in November, and that went from just me running stuff into December, which was I'd basically got about 70 clients within the time from when I launched it at the beginning of November to around Christmas time.
Wow.
And I just couldn't manage 70 clients as myself. So I got an agency that were already in business to manage all of my clients for me, and then basically took part of the agency. I'm now kind of running with the agency, developing this huge thing, and now we're doing over £500,000 in GBP per year in revenue, which is pretty good, and we're aiming to do £2 million in revenue next year. So I kind of grew from there, and after pissing off Rand Fishkin with my case study, he tweeted me taking the piss, saying, "Oh, you're really the god of SEO, aren't you?" And that's where I developed the name God of SEO from. Which is a bit of a trial from Rand Fishkin, and it just blew up. So yeah.
Wow.
I saw, and now I'm doing this math real quick. Well, I was going to do the math real quick, but it's so much easier to do the conversion on fucking Google. So you're doing 500,000 British pounds sterling.
Yeah, per year in revenue.
Per year in revenue, which for us blokes in the United States, that's $816,000.
Wow.
So just short of $1 million in SEO. You're 18.
Yeah, and that's about. I only launched my company in November, so it's
So
in a
shit.
year and a few months. Yeah.
That is sick, and congrats, man. That is just that is fuck. You hiring?
Actually, yeah, but you have to be based in London, unfortunately.
I'll move. I'll move. No, you know what? The statement that you just made, that your old boss had to say, "You're too much of a free spirit." Those are the dudes I wish I could start a company and have. Because
Yeah.
those are the guys who come up with the craziest shit and go, this will work.
Yeah.
And if you're too into that groove, you go, no, we got to play it too safe. And you miss out on these opportunities because, unfortunately, we have to be ahead of Google. We have to be ahead of everybody else out there. We have to play their game, but we still have to be creative. And when you're just doing exactly the same shit, I had a rant where just last week where it was, do this in this list and you'll be on page 1 of Google. And I'm like, you can't say do 10 steps and you're number 1. It just won't fucking work. And if everybody's doing those 10 steps, somebody is not number 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh wow, that's fucking incredible, dude. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. See if you get to know more for car insurance with 10 steps.
Well, you've been on TV, or you've been on BBC.
Yeah, I was on BBC News twice and on a few other things. Yeah.
Which the BBC is, I know they have a bunch of sub-channels, but the BBC is like being on NBC, ABC, and CBS here in the United States, and Fox all at once.
Yeah. Except it's not just a press release; it's actually on it, right?
Yeah, it's on it.
Yeah. It's not just a fake little badge next to your name, right?
I was gonna say he doesn't have a graphic on his face.
Yeah.
I won't do an Alex Becker.
Do you own a car?
Yes, but I don't have a driving license. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't worry, dude. I'm the same way. I don't have a driver's license. I have a wife. I don't need to drive.
Touche. Actually, yeah. Same with me. I have a girlfriend. I don't need to drive.
Exactly.
I'm online too long to fucking worry about that shit. No, actually, they just don't really want me to have a driver's license. They hate me. See, you piss off SEO guys. I piss off governments.
Yeah. I used to do the same. Actually.
Well, I know that with because I'm telling you, man, within. I mean, you asked me, did you read anything about me? And I was like, no, not really. I mean, because I was reading your articles and stuff, not really so much about you. And I went over to your Charles blog, and I was like, okay, the complete story. He's got it on one page. This is, I mean, okay, you're 18, but how complete of a story is this? And I mean, dude, he was hacking WoW accounts. I mean, that's I mean. That's some serious shit when you think about. I played Evercrack a long time ago.
Yeah.
Which is the high end gaming for people who can't control WoW. I think I got to level 15, man. It was like nothing. But so now you're into SEO, and did you plan on pissing off one of the current biggest groups of IM guys out there? I mean, was that your intention when you wrote your review?
My intention was, well, I was enjoying the PBN week group because it was actually pretty interesting and there's some good stuff in there. And then I saw, this stuff about cloud PBN. And I watched a sales video and was like, what the actual fuck is this? Like, there's nothing on here that seems any much sort of revolutionary, let alone this new fantastic software. It's like you can get Rankwise that does the exact same job for $10 one-off fee, and I was just like, this is basically ripping someone off. And I'd seen Alex Becker's Zen SEO, which was just a load of shit. And I told him, I told him on face message that it was absolutely ridiculous and it was an awful piece of software. And he goes, yeah, he actually apologized to me for that piece of software, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I didn't really aim to piss off anyone in particular, apart from Alex Becker, kind of, because he banned me from his group after posting the article. And then I did 2 updates, and by the time I'd done the second update, I was getting 100 live viewers on the blog, and I was just like, whoa, this is like really quite big stuff. So I made the group that's my Facebook group now on Facebook, rather than having the censored one and stuff that other people were complaining about, and just kind of developed it from there. And I had people like Alex Becker, like Wyatt, like Viperchill, all emailing me, all tweeting me about it, and I was kind of shocked to do it. And then Viperchill, actually, because I told him first before I did the update about the vulnerability that I can hijack accounts. So I hijacked my own account first. Told him like that. He was like, "Go on, then I challenge you to hijack mine." And then 12 hours later, I hijacked his account and changed his password. And he was kind of pissed off at that. But the main thing that I don't think a lot of people have covered with the Cloud PBN stuff is that they use PHP's default sessions for their cookie storage, which is perfectly fine. Loads of websites do that, like Facebook and stuff. But those websites don't use the system that's 5 years old, which has got vulnerabilities written all over it.
Yeah.
So you can essentially, if you have someone's email or if anyone's currently on that website, you can hijack their session. So I can hijack essentially anyone that has a Cloud PBN account. I can hijack their account and use their network for my own personal gains. It's really quite a bad security flaw, and that's something that no one else has covered. No one else actually, even after reading my article, no one else mentioned. But that's a serious, quite big security flaw that I can take over anyone's network via just a really simple PHP hack.
Yeah, I know. Wow. I mean, shit. Is there something that we can do if they have PBN Cloud and they don't want to get fucking hacked?
Removing all your sites off it within, like, whilst you're listening to this podcast, I guess, because it's like, it's still vulnerable now because I checked like before I came on the show. But all they need to do is update their PHP, and then it will be fixed. So I don't know why they haven't done that yet, even though I posted in the post, and I even told Alex Becker about it as well. So,
well, I'm sure if you told Alex, I'm sure he got on with the boys and said, you better do this shit because dude's hijacking accounts and he's gonna own this Cloud PBN in a few hours. So,
dude, that's a huge hole. Holy shit.
A huge hole. The fact that he told Viperchill, I can have your account.
Yeah.
And he did it, and then it's on his blog. I mean, and it's looking at it, and I'm like, holy shit, they really did send him an email with dude's login credentials, and I was like, oh my god, that's horrible. I mean. Yeah. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, I just got somebody just tried to jack my LinkedIn account, but it's not like I've got my entire blog network up there or anything. But I mean,
yes, some guy had his blog network on Cloud PBN, and he added it. I messaged him on Facebook as well, and he had it on there for 30 hours, and he spent $700 building out all the domains because he bought all the domains off vendors, and they were like $80 per domain on average. And he'd spent over $700 on this blog network. 36 hours after adding Cloud PBN, and his entire network got penalised. So yeah, it's really not the best. Yeah, not great.
So 30 hours after he loads everything in, and you said you actually said main WP is the same shit.
Yeah,
basically.
It's the exact same, but main WP actually has kind of better features because they actually saw the footprint because it has the same footprint essentially, but they saw the footprint that they had and edited it like 2 years ago. But obviously, these guys hadn't seen that and didn't edit the footprint that was pretty obvious there.
Well, I noticed that you had said that having a plugin called Slave, having 2,000 to 3,000 of these sudden slave plugins all over the internet. All Google's got to do, like you said, is spend $30. They have an account now. They can reverse engineer, go looking, and then just put up, hey, if it has this, fuck them, we want them off the network or whatever.
Exactly.
So they wrote a better script for it though. So now it's slave and a number.
Yeah, it's slave and a number. Yeah.
But wouldn't Google be able to just say anything that starts with SLAVE should be like a warning?
Well, the main thing that Google could do, because I'm building my own version. Well, I'm building a PBN manager for a tool suite that we're building, and we don't actually have any plugin whatsoever. It just accesses WordPress via the cPanel rather than accessing it even through the WordPress panel. So it just uploads files and stuff via the cPanel.
Nice.
But the main thing that it does, that I found really funny that Google could do, is if all they have to do is essentially check for the PHP code that it's sending back. So if you're not logged into WordPress, or if you're not logged into cPanel or whatever, the Slave plugin, when uploaded, will give back a HTTP request that actually has Cloud PBN in the name of the HTTP request. So
Holy crap.
So not only are you saying, hey, I'm part of a network, but you're saying, hey, I'm part of a network, and there's the door.
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy shit. So that small little footprint that they're all talking about actually is like the Grand Canyon to the door of Google Screw Me.
Pretty much, yeah, because all Google have to do now is look for HTTP requests that respond with Cloud PBN, and your entire network is completely fucked. So.
Oh my God. And I feel bad for that guy who lost his network. I know that he asked you to keep his name out of it for privacy and everything else. I saw that, and I was just like, I would be so fucking pissed if I spent $50 on a system and then I just lost my ass.
Well, yeah, he owns a car washing service, so he doesn't actually make that much money anyway. And he made this PBN to basically dominate his entire state for this car washing service. And that was literally his entire investment in IM for his entire advertising budget online. And his entire site's fucked, basically.
I'd be crushed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be so fucking pissed. And just so everybody knows, Google Hangouts has a brand new. They are using Showcase, and I always set up Showcase to have links rotating through, and I stripped all the links out today and just put lifting the shit show on Cloud PBN directly to your blog post. So if anybody wants to go, please, make sure you go check out your blog. And you have a service that you help like Joe Blow. I mean, do I have to have a budget of $100,000 before you'll talk to me?
No, to talk to me, you have to do consulting, which I charge £100, which is about $160 an hour for. But other than that, you can I train my staff for like every kind of scenario that I can ever do, and I actually sit down with them most weeks. And if they have any questions about SEO or just in general about business and things, then they can ask me, and I'll kind of respond to them. And I give them out for $40 an hour if you want to speak to one of those guys for it. And other than that, if you want to do just SEO on your website, then we'll do it £300 a month minimum, which is about $500. We'll do that's just a starting price. Like that's a pretty reasonable price. Get some pretty good links. And if you're even if that's too much, I actually run the God of SEO blog network, public blog network, because I'm not going to bullshit you. It's not a private blog network because I'm publicly selling this. Like it's not private. I've never got why people that are selling it on Black Hat World so that Google can index the name of their network and buy links off it, call it a private blog network when you're selling it publicly. It's a public blog network. Blog network. Yeah. So I run that, which is like $50 for 5 posts. So if you want to run that, and if you're a first-time buyer as well, I've even got a discount link in my Facebook group, so you can get 20 posts for $100, which is normally $180. So
nice, not too bad.
Shit.
Yeah.
I might have to buy some for this fucking shit. I'm just gonna outsource all my shit to you. I'll just charge everybody $2,000.
I actually have people that do that.
Well, I mean that's I'm fucking lazy American, man. I mean, why the fuck? I mean,
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I do too. Like now that I've built everything up, I try and outsource as much as I can. So
it makes it easier, man. I mean, Byron, Charles is got to do this today and do it now on his girlfriend's birthday. By the way, happy birthday, girlfriend. Because he's flying. He just landed yesterday from Canada.
dude,
He's flying back to Canada.
that's a quick turnaround, jumping oceans.
Yeah.
18 years old and he's jumping an ocean twice in a week or two.
Well,
I've
actually,
never been
yeah.
to Britain or England or anywhere.
Where in the UK are you?
I live in. It's actually. Don't want to brag, but it's actually the best place to live in the UK as voted by the UK government. It's called Solihull, which is just outside of Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
In the UK. It's nice. Yeah, it's a nice area.
It's the best place. How's your mom's business doing?
She's doing very well, actually. She is doing a big show at one of the conference centres like next week, so she's really panicking about it because they've just spent like a small fortune making the show stand because those things are not cheap for like furniture shows.
Byron, his mom looked at him and she was about to get screwed over by an SEO company when she started, and she turned to him and said, "Can you do this for me?"
Nice.
So, yeah, so that's one of the ways he started. We don't want him, and you're not hacking sites.
No, I don't do hacking. No, not anymore. I never actually technically hacked websites. I more hacked the servers, so I wouldn't do like web app exploits apart from on Steam, which I did. I didn't police officers though. I didn't do that.
Well, yeah, and I do, because some people are going to say, "Oh my God, he's one of these hackers the NSA's looking for and stuff." That's not what he did. What he did was he used social engineering to better a game and then sold gold, fake gold. In-game gold on PayPal and made his money that way, which is freaking brilliant. And you can go on eBay and look for shit like that still to this day, because there are a bunch of 14-year-old kids who are smarter than the adults, and they do this. Where can people find more and follow you, and your exploits, your fun, your creativity, and your ability to piss off the big boys?
My blog is godofseo.ca, which also links to my Twitter, which is @Charles_SEO, which also links to my Facebook, which is facebook.com/godofseoco, and which also links to my Google Plus, which is plus.google.com/CharlesFloat. But you can just go on my blog, godofseo.ca, and look at that, which has recently changed from godofseo.co, and you'll see in a few weeks why I changed that. That's actually pissing off some of the big boys again, so that'll be quite a bit of fun. But yeah, that's godofseo.ca, and you'll be able to see all my posts and stuff. If you head up to the top left of my site, you'll see my guest posts, which has some of my bigger pieces. So it's got my piece on Matthew Woodward, which is like a 12,000 word e-commerce guide, and loads of other guest posts that I've done as well as all the stuff that's on my site as well. So there's years of reading on there, because I'm a bit of a obsessive when it comes to blogging.
I thought that was awesome that somebody told you start reading it, start learning it, and that's what you did.
Yeah.
You didn't go out and start buying plugins and WSOs and all this other stuff. You actually went out there and learned it the old school way, which was the written word, and not looking for a plugin to click a button and all of a sudden you've got 7 million backlinks and you didn't buy everything called Panda. I think when Penguin first launched, I actually put up. I paid a kid on Fiverr to make a book cover of the Penguin Killer, and I said, being released in a week, how to get around the Penguin update in 10 steps. And I had people messaging me going, "When is this going? When is this going?" And I'm like, really, it's not. It was a joke, because we were like, how fast can this solution be made into a WSO? And like 4 hours after I posted my picture, somebody was selling on the Warrior forum a Penguin update fix, and I'm like, Holy shit! And they did. They were product of the day, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey man, come on. You know, you could be on. You could release a WSO right now on how to piss off the #1 income producing SEO guru, and people will buy your PDF. They'll send you the $5, man.
Yeah, well, that's the point. I don't actually have that many products. Like I've got my blog network and I've got my company, and I have a course which I shut down because I see this is the difference between me and some of the other guys. I shut down my course, but it was a monthly subscription, so there's new data release on the course like every month. I shut down my course, and then everyone that was a member who was paying, I stopped the payments and then sent them a PDF of every post that had ever been on the site, including all the forums and everything. So if they ever wanted to reference anything, then they could do that as well. Rather than what happened with what was it, Video Vanquish, Zen SEO, all those and such, where just magically one day they were shut down with absolutely no warning, absolutely nothing. It was just shut down, and then you lost your money basically because you had no access to this.
Well, and that's, you know, Byron and I were just talking about that. You know, we were talking about another service out there, and for $599 you could buy lifetime access. Well,
Okay.
how long is lifetime access? I mean, the company's only been around for a year, and I'm going to give you $600, and my luck, in a month you're going to be gone, and it just cost me $600 for a month worth of crap that wasn't worth a crap to begin with. So I'm always worrisome about those lifetime access offers.
Yeah, I don't
Guaranteed.
I've got a rule where I don't buy anything that ends in a 7. So if the price ends in a 7, I don't buy it.
You mean the #1 way that all marketers are supposed to market their shit? It's 97 or 67 or 47. Yeah, dude, I'll start it off with a 7 just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
And I'll make it like 73.
Yeah, $73. I made my my new product now is like we're just doing it straight up $50. Like, that is just a straight up figure. I think that's pretty reasonable.
It's 50. You know, just deal with it. I mean, if you're not gonna buy it, F off anyways.
I fell into the whole $4.97 trap. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, that it's.
My course is $4.97.
We listen to everybody, and you know, there's reasons behind it. It was what was the other one? Robin Egg Blue. They said that if your background on your site was Robin Egg Blue, people will buy more. Do you know how many websites I have that are blue? I mean, look at my shirt, my hat. I mean, I fell into it so much. I dress in the blue just so people will accept me more.
They'll just give you money on the street.
Exactly. They walk up and they're like, "You've got blue on, dude. Here's $20." I'll be like, "Oh, am I homeless?"
I also forgot to mention at the start that I apologise for like the current position that I'm in here, because I've obviously got back from Canada, and our maid came and basically took over my office space to then apparently clean it, but I'm not sure if she cleans it. Like I go back in there and my like Pringles are still on the desk and everything. So that I'm pretty sure we just like give her money to walk around and sit and play like League of Legends on my computer all day basically. And that's pretty sure what I'll pay her for.
So has she been watching a lot of these WSO launches then? You know, get paid money for doing nothing?
I think that's what it is. I think she pretends that she's giving you like this awesome, you know, service, but really she's just like, yeah, she just sits in there like looking at the computer screen as her bank account numbers rise.
What was the statement? Oh, I love this statement, and I think it was Wyatt. I'm not sure. Oh, I almost blew up my phone with all the PayPal notifications.
Oh yeah. No, I think he said I actually have his exact quote on there. So I print screen it and put it on the group. You think he broke his phone with all the PayPal notifications? That was it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on your post, and I was like, "Oh man, come on, don't put that up there." I had a buddy who his PayPal would make that little cha-ching on his phone, and we're sitting there, and it's like cha-ching, and we're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And he's like, "Yeah, watch this; it'll keep going." And it's cha-ching. But 20 minutes later, we're all like, "Douchebag, shut it off." I mean, come on. We don't want to hear this crap, and you're not making a lot of money. It's like 50 cents, dude, you know, and you're trying to be a baller on a nickel. You can't be a baller at a nickel. But, yeah. Well, listen, man, Charles, I know you have got a girlfriend who is going to be coming back home or coming to pick you up because she wants to go out for her birthday.
Actually, no. She's in Canada because I'd fly back. So yeah, so I sent her 6 bouquets of flowers to make up for that little thing there. But I had to fly back to Canada because of work, so I kind of missed it. But luckily, her friend flew over from England and is kind of comforting her while she has her birthday.
Man, so you flew back for work?
Yeah, like it's work and general issues, but like it's like I flew back 2 days for her birthday as well, which I'm kind of regretting now as well. But
well, no, it's just it's funny because people say, you know, when I own my company, I'm just going to go and do whatever the hell I want, and I know from owning my own company that I can do whatever the hell I want as long as I'm always working.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's hit the nail on the head. I've tried to automate as much as possible, but when you're an SEO and you're in your own company, it's actually really fun. So you kind of just end up, even if you're not actually doing any work, doing work.
Yeah.
That is what I've learned.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy my time with the electronics, and my wife's always like, "You've got to put it down and walk away," and I'm like, "But I don't want to."
I'm like sitting at the pool in Vegas and like on my laptop. I'm on vacation and I'm doing work. You know, I've done that several times.
I've done that a few times as well.
About a year ago, I used to sit out right outside the door here, is the pool and the hot tub and everything, and you know, in December in Phoenix, it's 70, 80 degrees, so you can sit out there in the hot tub and you're great and everything's fine. And I'm working and people are around and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? You watching Netflix?" And I'm like, "No, I'm working." And then it just got to be annoying because then they want to come over and talk, and I'm like, "No, guys, I'm really trying to work." You know, it's a great lifestyle. I work at home, but fucking leave me alone.
Yeah, speaking of Vegas, actually, I'm going to I have tickets for the Black Hat World conference in Vegas in November. It depends actually what I'm doing because I actually have like a lot of stuff going on in November, so I'm not sure what will actually happen with that. And also the fact that I am going to Vegas at 18 and it's a bit shit because I can't drink or anything or gamble or anything there.
That sucks.
So I'll probably just have to like turn up and bring like a suitcase full of vodka or something.
I will tell you this. Make sure you I owned a business and did promotions in Vegas for a few years. I will tell you this. Find a nice hotel room and stay in it.
Yeah.
Don't get shit-faced and then go outside walking around. The cops will see you from a mile away, and the fact that you're not a U.S. citizen makes it even more fun to lock your ass up. So, Black Hat, I'll have to check out what's going on.
They've randomly renamed their conference like 3 months after they've released the name of the conference. It's now named Ungagged.
Oh, jeez.
So, I don't really get that.
Because they weren't selling tickets? I mean, I would think marketing Black Hat in Vegas would be even better. I could make that totally badass. You know, it's like, what was it? The old Hacker magazine, Hackers Quarterly or whatever.
Well, I've been to Vegas twice because I went to DEF CON and I went to well, that was like when I was like 15, and I went to the World Series of Poker as well, which is because I went with my granddad because he's into gambling and stuff, so that was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, the WSOP is awesome. The last time we were there, they were having one of the fire-off starters of it before it came back around to Vegas. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy in." Oh, I'm like, guys, it's like $500 to buy in. Just give them the $500 and sit down. I mean, it's not this big thing. But, you know, living there, I was so used to it, I'm just like, it's you're playing poker, dude. That's all you're doing, you know.
Yeah, I went to WSOP, I think like 2 years ago, and it was yeah, I think it must be 2 years ago when I was like 16, and they played loads of weird games that I'd never seen before, which are kind of like drinking games for people who were in the audience. Um, it was quite interesting. They had a giant rope, like the rope in school where you have to like climb up the rope and stuff. They one of
Yeah.
them. But basically, you had to drink 20 tequila shots, wait 5 minutes, and then try and climb this rope.
Yes, they will do the craziest shit to keep. We had the NBA All-Star Weekend there, and this is many years back, and everybody was coming up with the crazier things, crazier and shit.
No.
And what I did was I just sent a couple of limos to the airport, and they were just sitting there, and they just had a sign that said NBA All-Star Weekend. And people were climbing into the limo, thinking, oh, this is my limo. And, there's all these big-name basketball stars showing up at the club that we were at. And we're, like, letting them in. And they're like, I thought we were going to our hotel. And I'm like, hey, I have no idea what hotel you're in, dude. You're in my limo that I rented. And that limo just goes to the airport and right here. So, they hung out for a little bit. But, yeah, I ended up paying for them to go back to their rooms. Because they're like, what the fuck? You just kidnapped us. I'm like, no, you got in on your own. But, yeah.
It's pretty good promotion tactic, though.
Well, it was a lot of fun. You can do crazy shit like that. But listen, Charles, I really appreciate this, man, and I'm going to put links to your site and everything. And I think not only just this was a great way to meet you, and I love the fact that you did the same thing that I kind of do, which is I don't pull any shit on anybody. If it sucks, I'll say it sucks. I tell my people, I've got a private group that taught Google Hangouts, and they'll be like, well, what do you think of this? And I'll be like, stay the fuck away. It's bullshit. It's going to hurt you more than help you. And they all like dig that honesty. And when I read your blog post, I knew that you were honest. I did not know you were 18. And that just makes it that much better that you've got such integrity so young, that I hope a lot of the people who watch the show and a lot of the people I'm going to push this to, I hope not only do they listen to what you've got to say and sign up for your shit, but they'll hang out and wait and see what the future brings, because you're going to be around for a while, brother.
Yeah. Well, at the end of this month, I'm releasing a book as well, so that'll be pretty interesting. And I've spent like a freaking fortune making the book, but I decided I'd just give it away for free instead of like selling it for some super in amount of money or something like a WSO. But yeah, it's called, if you Google it anyway, well, yeah, Google it. Just put the Art of Marketing Warfare. It's basically I cover basically any of the stuff that Moz will never cover. So so negative SEO, DDoS, hacking, negative online reputation management, huge loads of stuff that people would never cover and that kind of thing. So it's a pretty cool thing. It's basically it's basically pure all out warfare online, just attacking every which angle against your competitors. And
you're not selling it.
No, it's for free. If you sign up for it, if you sign up with your email, then I'll send you a PDF once it's released as well. It's totally free. Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna definitely tell everybody. I just got done with our third book launch that we did, and these are hardcover books.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know what an ass ache it is to try to figure out how you're going to monetize the book sale and everything else, and for writers and stuff, it just takes so much energy.
Yeah, I've got 100 copies. Yeah, I've got 100 copies hardback that I'm going to send to all the SEO bloggers and stuff as well. So, yeah,
that is
good way
awesome.
To build some reputation. Yeah.
Oh man, that's marketing, brother. That's marketing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Thanks, Charles. Man, I really appreciate it. Go hang out with the evening. Go see if the housekeeper robbed your ass, or if she moved your Pringles around for you at least. Byron, I appreciate your time, my man.
All the time.
This is the SEO show. I'm Frank. That's Byron. That's Charles. We're going to have him back again, hopefully sometime, because he's going to be like, what a fucking waste of time that was. And I told you, man, it's just a fucking show where we just chill out. But thanks for watching, everybody. I've been watching the viewer count jump up and down on YouTube. We've been about 35 at the max, but we'll have about 300 by the end of today. So if you like what you heard, click the link, get over to Charles's blog, get on his Facebook, like his shit, and if you want, you can like our shit. There's nothing really to like, though. It's me and Byron. So, listen, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We're fucking out of here.
See ya.